We know that there are some animals who are giving birth to the young ones and some of them are laying the eggs. Now, are there any terms given to them by science? Of course, yes. So, let us see what are these terms. We have the first one, that is the oviparous animals, means oviparous will be laying the eggs, okay. And the second term is viviparous. Now, what is this viviparous? The one who are giving the birth to the young ones are known as viviparous. So, we can have the examples of both of them in front of us. Of course, yes. Oviparous means what? We can have the hen, the other birds, all these birds will be included in this oviparous, okay. And the next one we have is the viviparous. Viviparous means all the animals who are larger in size and they are giving the birth to the young ones. They will be human beings, cow, goat, all the crocodiles and all the non-crocodile, all these animals will be included in the viviparous animals, okay. The next we are having is that some changes will be there to those who are not similar to the adult and the young one. Now, when they are adult, they will be looking different, and when they are small, they will be looking totally different. So, what are these things? Let's have some glance over there. Young ones to adults. There are some of the changes going on in these animals. We can have the examples also. Examples we have is the frog. They will be looking different from the adult one. When they are child or they are small one, they will be looking different, and when they are adult one, they are totally different. Same way in the, we can have in the butterfly also, in the moths also. What are the different over there? When they are small, they are something different. They could not even fly also, yes. And when they are adult, they are able to fly over there. Now, what are these things? Let us have a small look at them. Now, there will be the change over there, that is the frog which are laying the eggs. These eggs will be converted into the early tadpole. Now, early tadpole, as you can see over there on the screen, the picture is visible. What is this early tadpole looking like? It will be possessing a tail which a frog do not have. So, what will be there? A tail which is reliable to the fish. It is relevant to the fish, means it is something like the other animals, not like the frog. So, this is what they will be looking like. Even they don't possess the face which is looking like the frog adult, okay. Early tadpole will be something that, and the next one we have is the late tadpole. In the late tadpole, we will be having the hind limbs which will be coming first, okay. So, hind limbs, which are the longer legs of the frog, will be appearing at the back of the frog's body, but tail is still over there. So, during that time durations, the gills will be formed. Now, you would be knowing that gills are present in which of the aquatic animal? Yes, it is present in the fish, not in the frogs, okay. So, gills are present in the tadpole age of the frog, and the fins are there. You can see that the tails are present, means they are the fins. So, this is what the lookout of the tadpole is, which is quite different from the adult frog. We know that they do not possess the tail, not even the gills also, okay. So, this is what the change will be there. Some change will be making it to the frog. Now, in the frog, adult frog, when it is converted, it will be missing that tail, which will not be having the gills also. Instead of that, it will possess some holes over there, okay, which will allow them to breathe, not to swim. So, swimming, all the purposes are now went away from there. Now, you can tell me the reason that why do they have the tail, that is the fins, the gills, and they do not possess the limbs. The reason is that they are developing completely in the body of the water, that is in the river, water bodies. So, they do not have the nose structure. They could not have the respiratory over there. They just have to take out the oxygen from the water itself. Thus, they possess the gills, and thus they have the fins, which will be allowing them the mobility to move in the water bodies easily. Understand? Now, the next example that we have taken is the butterfly, or you can say the any of the caterpillar. Now, the eggs are being released from them, and then it will be converted into larva or the caterpillar. You must have seen so many of the caterpillars, isn't it? Moving without the legs and with the legs also. Now, these caterpillars or the larvas will be converted to the pupa. Now, what is this pupa? Pupa is a structure which the caterpillars will be making to attach to the branches of the trees. and then they will be slowly being converted, means they will be having some changes in their body structure, and when they will be breaking up this pupa or the outer covering, they will be a beautiful butterfly releasing from that. So isn't it so surprising and amazing also that when they were born, they were not even able to fly, they were the caterpillar, complete caterpillar, and when they are born and having the adulthood, what will be they converted to? A beautiful butterfly which is only flying from one flower to another, isn't it? So these are the changes which is going on in the frog, and even you can say in the butterflies also. Now this type of the change where it is a drastic change from the egg up to the adulthood, that will be termed as metamorphosis. This is the terminology given to the process that is called the metamorphosis. Metamorphosis means what now? If a caterpillar has changed into the butterfly, that stage is known as the metamorphosis. Similarly, when the tadpoles are converted to the frog, this stage is known as the metamorphosis. So let's start with the asexual reproduction. Now, until this we have studied that in sexual reproduction we require two organs, that is male and the female. But in asexual reproduction there is no requirement of the male and female, only one parent is enough to give birth to the young ones. Now what are these things? There we have asexual reproduction with the two of the systems. Now what are these? First one is the budding and the second one is the binary fission. Now as we have seen that sexual reproduction is possible in the huge sized animals, that is bigger sized animal. But what about these small sized insects and the animals? Yes, they will be having this asexual reproduction. We have the examples also. For the budding we have the example of the hydra. Now you must have seen that the hydras are not visible with the naked eyes, but they are minute one. We can see them in the under the microscope only. So what they will do and how they will divide themselves to continue with the next of the generations. So their species will be going on with the system that is called budding system. Now what is this budding? As you can see over here in the picture on your screen that the hydra is present with the tentacles on the top of its head. Okay, so what will be happening to them? From the side of its body there will be a small bud like structure. Now you are aware what is a bud? When the flowers are coming in the plant, they will be first of all forming a small bud like structure which is coming from the stem. Slowly this bud will be enlarged and will be converting into the flower after it blossoms. Okay, in the same way when the hydra is producing the another baby hydra, what will happen to that? The hydra will be having a small bud coming out from its body. Now this bud will be forming a little small hydra over there in the body structure. After some time duration, this will be making a separate condition from them. So it will be separated from the mother hydra and will be developing alone. So this is how the bud will be produced from the hydra and will be developing. Because it is producing a bud from the hydra, this system is known as budding system. Okay. Now the second system that comes is the binary fission. What is this binary fission? You have already studied something about the amoeba, isn't it? Yes, amoeba, because of the science terms we can say that the amoeba was the first one to approach the earth and they have started developing in the environment of the earth. Now how do they reproduce? They will be not making the bud, but they themselves will be breaking into two. Now as you can see over here, the picture is available to see that the amoeba, that is the mother amoeba, is present on the top and the nucleus will be, the nuclei which is present over there in the mother amoeba is slowly dividing by stretching itself. So it is converting into the two nucleus, isn't it? Now these nucleus will be again making the whole of the structure of the cell of the amoeba to break down and form the two daughter amoeba cells. Now in the third stage you can see that the cell is completely dividing, and in the last stage you can have the photograph of the daughter amoeba cells. Now these are the system how these small insects and small microbes will be dividing themselves. Now what will happen over there? See, as we have seen that the hydra will be producing a bud, thus it is termed as budding system. The amoeba will be dividing itself and producing the daughter cells, so it is known as the binary fission. Now there is something interesting more than this. What you know? You must have heard a word that is known as the clone. What is the meaning of the clone now? Clone means the copy of something. Either you are having the copy of the small portion of the particular organism, or the small part, or the big part, or the whole of the body you can clone. Means you can copy the whole body structure of a human being also, same as the person is living. So this is what the cloning or the magic of the science you can say. Now how does this cloning work? The first clone which was done at 9th of the July, that is 5th of the July and 1996, which was carried out on the sheep that was known as a product which we have got as a clone, was termed as the Dolly. The Dolly name was given to first sheep that was being cloned and which was perfect one. Now what has came to the Dolly and how it was being cloned? Let's have a small look at it. Now here we have the pictures also available to see on your screen. That the first one is the fin Dorset sheep. That is, you can have the face is white and it is looking almost white in the color. It is the female sheep which we are having the first one. The second one which we can have on the screen is the Scottish blackface Eve. As the name say, it is a blackface, and on the picture also you can see it is the blackface Eve only. That is the male sheep. Okay. Now what we have done, the scientists have done something, that is they have just taken the cell from their mammary glands. Okay. And after that they have changed something or make some experiment on the cells of both of the mammary glands cells. Now what they have done, from the cell of the Dorset sheep they have just separated the nucleus. So as we know that it is very minute, you can see the pictures of the cell over there. So cell seems to be very big over here, but we cannot take it out by our naked eyes. We need some microscopic instrument to see that and to separate them, of course. Okay. So they have separated the nucleus from the cell of the Dorset sheep, that is a female one, and they have taken the nucleus, that is the cytoplasm, and the cell membrane of the Scottish blackface Eve. Now they have merged both of them. So as we know that earlier also we have studied that the nucleus, the brain of the cell, which controls the whole all the activities of the cell. So nucleus will be leading over there in the cell, we know. So likewise, what happened after so many of the experiments, we get a result of the Dolly. Now you can see on the picture also that Dolly is looking like whom now? Yes, you can answer that. The Dolly is looking like the fin Dorset sheep, that is the female fish, the female sheep. Now what is the reason for that? You know now that the nucleus which was taken, it was taken from the female Dorset sheep. So it is completely looking like the female Dorset sheep. Okay. These are the things. Now, you know that it is not so easy that I have spoken just now and the clone has been prepared. No, years and years and months of the time has been taken to make these clones. Now, it is not that every time you get success in the experiments that you do. So, the scientists have took lot of time and they have developed so many of the clones also along with this. But only one of the clone that was named as Dolly has get alive. All the other clones have either died before only, or the cells have not merged or not fused completely, or the clones which have developed also, but yet they were not alive for a long time duration. After the birth, suddenly they have died. So these are the results of the clone, but the Dolly was fortunately living over there. Now what the other things have the Dolly done? So after the Dolly was born, there were so many offsprings which were normally produced by the Dolly sheep, and they are also living so nicely in their lives. But after a moment, that is after a few years, that is in 14th February 2003, the Dolly has left the breath from the earth. So thus the dolly has given so many offsprings from himself, and so we have got so many of these sheep also as a result. But for that we know that the several attempts have been taken to produce the cloned mammals. However, many die before the birth or die soon after the birth also. The cloned animals are many a times found to be born with several abnormalities, because it is not a natural birth at all. We are becoming God to create them. We are the one who are trying to make the new creature by our hands. So this is what the cloning is. Now this was the end of the chapter, but before we end up, let's have a small look at whatever we have done. That is a recap of all the things. So starting from the first one that we have seen was the mode of the reproduction, that is two modes we have studied, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Now in sexual reproduction we have went with the different types or the organs of the system, that is the male reproductive system that will be releasing the sperm, and that also we have seen. Then the female reproductive system which was releasing an egg, that is known as the ova. Then we went with the fertilization. How does the fertilization occur over there and work out with the embryo? So these we have seen, and then we have seen about the problems that was created by the oviduct. Means we have seen about the IVF or the test tube baby we can say. Then we have seen the external fertilization. These were the internal fertilization. Then switched to the external fertilization, where the examples were the frog. Okay, then we have seen about the development of the embryo. Embryo has converted, the zygote has converted to the embryo, then the fetus, then the baby, and then the result as a baby are born. Okay. Next we are having is the structure, that is the oviparous and the viviparous, means egg laying animals and the animals which are giving birth to the young one. Then we turn to the metamorphosis, that is the change, drastic change from a larva or you can say a tadpole to the adult one, that is known as the metamorphosis. Then we have seen about the asexual reproduction, where two systems we have studied, that is the budding and the binary system, and then we have turned to the cloning. So this was about the chapter number 9, that is the reproduction in animals. Hope you have understood and enjoyed the chapter. Thank you.